Siberian Federal District Geographic Russian Siberia North Asia. Greatest extent of Siberia. Siberia is an extensive geographical region in North Asia. It has been a part of Russia since the latter half of the 16th century. After the Russians conquered lands east of the Ural Mountains, Siberia is vast and sparse, and covers an area of over 13.1 million square kilometers, but is home to merely one-fifth of Russia's entire population. Novosibirsk and Omsk are the largest cities in the region. Because Siberia is a geographic and historic region and not a political entity, there is no single precise definition of its territorial borders. Traditionally, Siberia extends eastwards from the Ural Mountains to the Pacific Ocean, and includes most of the drainage basin of the Arctic Ocean. The river Yenisei divides Siberia into two parts, western and eastern. Siberia stretches southwards from the Arctic Ocean to the hills of north-central Kazakhstan and to the northern parts of Mongolia and China. The central part of Siberia is considered the core part of the region in Russia. Beyond the core, Siberia's western part is called the Urals. The far eastern part has been historically called the Russian Far East. Siberia is known worldwide primarily for its long, harsh winters, with a January average of -25 degrees Celsius. It is geographically situated in Asia. However, due to it being colonized and incorporated into Russia, it is culturally and politically a part of Europe. European cultural influences, specifically Russian, predominate throughout the region, due to it having had Russian emigration from Europe since the 18th century. The origin of the name is unknown. Some sources say that Siberia originates from the Siberian Tatar word for sleeping land, an ethnic group which spoke a Paleo-Siberian language. The modern usage of the name was recorded in the Russian language after the empire's conquest of the Siberian Khanate. A further variant claims that the region was named after the Zyb people. The Polish historian Kiliszkowski has proposed that the name derives from the Proto-Slavic word for north, same as Siberia. Anatoly Bakalov has dismissed this explanation. He said that the neighboring Chinese, Turks, and Mongolians, who have similar names for the region, would not have known Russian. He suggests that the name might be a combination of two words with Turkic origin, Su and Bir. The region has paleontological significance, as it contains bodies of prehistoric animals from the Pleistocene epoch, preserved in ice or in permafrost specimens of goldfish cave lion cubs, Yucca the mammoth and another woolly mammoth from Oymyakon, a woolly rhinoceros from the Kolyama, and bison and horses from Yukagir have been found. The Siberian Traps were formed by one of the largest known volcanic events of the last 251 million years of Earth's geological history. Their activity continued for 1 million years, and some scientists consider it a possible cause of the Great Dying, about 250 million years ago, estimated to have killed 90% of species existing at the time. At least 3 species of human lived in southern Siberia around 40,000 years ago. H. sapiens, H. neanderthalensis, and the Denisovans. In 2010, DNA evidence identified the last as a separate species. During past millennia, different groups of nomads, such as the Enets, the Nanets, the Huns, the Xiongnu, the Scythians and the Uyghurs, inhabited various parts of Siberia. The Altai mountain range in southern Siberia is thought to be the birthplace of the Turkic people. The Proto-Mongol Khitan people also occupied parts of the region. In 630, the Khan of Sib in the vicinity of modern Tobolsk was known as a prominent figure who endorsed Kubrat as Khagan of Old Great Bulgaria. In the 13th century, during the period of the Mongol Empire, the Mongols conquered a large part of this area. With the breakup of the Golden Horde, the autonomous Khanate of Sib formed in the late 15th century. Turkic-speaking Yakut migrated north from the Lake Baikal region under pressure from the Mongol tribes during the 13th to 15th century. Siberia remained a sparsely populated area. Historian John F. Richards wrote, quote, "It is doubtful that the total early modern Siberian population exceeded 300,000 persons. The growing power of Russia in the west began to undermine the Siberian Khanate in the 16th century. First, groups of traders and Cossacks began to enter the area. The Russian army was directed to establish forts farther and farther east to protect new Russian settlers who migrated from Europe. Towns such as Mangazya, Tara, Yenizhsk and Tobolsk developed, the last becoming the de facto capital of Siberia from 1590. At this time, Sib was the name of a fortress at Kashlik, near Tobolsk. Gerardus Mercator, in a map published in 1595, marks Siberia both as the name of a settlement and of the surrounding territory along a left tributary of the Ob. Other sources contend that the Zib, an inn,